For weeks now, I've been speaking with former reality TV star and Grammy-nominated singer Tamar Braxton about sharing her story with you. The mother of a 7-year-old shocked her fans when the news was reported that Tamar attempted to take her own life. The deep pain that led her to that breaking point is now coming out. The world first got a taste of Tamar Braxton from her hit WE TV show Braxton Family Values. The youngest member of the famous family became the breakout star.
I'm Tamar.
Earning herself a spinoff, a spot on Dancing with the Stars, and co-hosting position on the daytime talk show The Real. She also announced the birth of her first child, Logan. But as Tamar's career soared, the drama usually reserved for her TV show started to spill off the screen and into her personal life. Tamar abruptly left The Real amidst rumors of a backstage feud with her fellow co-hosts. Her marriage to former manager Vincent Herbert ended, and she made the heartbreaking revelation that as a child, she was molested by multiple family members. As she tried to heal, Tamar rebounded with a new love, David Adefeso, and another show, Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life. But on July 16th, everyone was shocked at the news that Tamar had been rushed to the hospital after she tried to take her own life.
And what's the emergency?
My girlfriend is not responding.
While Tamar recovered, her boyfriend David accused her in People magazine of domestic violence, and she waged a public battle with WE TV to release her from her contract. Tamar Braxton is breaking her silence now for the first time in an interview that you will only see here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I wasn't. I was living a complete lie and facade that I was okay for a long time. But I'm good now.
How is good defined?
Good is better than yesterday, better than I was before. I just have a scope on where I'm going, and I know that that is up from here because I know the struggles that I've had and I've learned from them, and I know the signs, and I know when I'm not okay. So today I can say I'm good.
It was important. You're actually the first guest that I've had in studio.
Why?
Because the nature of what we're discussing, I really felt that it was important that we be in the same space, that we be eye to eye in this, because none of this is easy to talk about. And I wanted you to feel that you were being heard.
Yeah, thank you.
It was back in July that I woke up like so many other people. Tamar is trending, and I thought, okay, maybe it's another spat with someone or whatever. And someone texted me and said, Tamar Braxton was rushed to the hospital. And I thought, okay, wait a minute, did she fall? What happened? A car accident? No, Tamar attempted suicide.
Yeah.
Did you?
First, let me say, thank you for recognizing that this is a serious topic and having me here eye to eye so that the people who don't understand what they're feeling and don't know that mental illness is a real situation and it has to be taken very serious. So thank you for having me here for that. I absolutely did. And I have to start at the beginning so you can understand.
And I do want to hear that. So take us, because I had interviewed you earlier in the summer. We were doing the shows from home.
Yeah.
And you were talking about, I can't wait to see my family. I'm in LA, but they're all in Atlanta. I asked you about your son, Logan, who's 7 now. You were saying things, you were juggling things.
Yeah.
Your then fiance was with you in the home at the time.
Yeah.
What happened leading up to the day in July that the ambulance was called with an emergency?
I was lying about how amazing I was doing. And I allowed the makeup and the hair to cover up everything that I was feeling, because that's just what you're used to do when, you know, you're a working mother or you just have to get things done. You know, you cover up, right? our household became very hard. And it was hard because I wasn't happy at my job. And I hadn't been happy for years.
Your job
at the network,
at the network doing the show.
Doing the show. And it turned into a spin-off show all because I wanted to do other things. And so the way that my contract was set up was they would leverage more time at the network and more shows for me to do other things that I wanted to do. So I didn't want to do the spinoff, Get Your Life. And when it was presented to me that this is basically the only way to do another show that I really was excited about doing, and it was positive and it was fun and it was more me, okay, so I'll do that. And it was supposed to be about me having a one-woman show, going on the road, and talking about my life after my divorce from Vince.
So behind the scenes, so you have your show with your sisters and your family. Yeah. The idea of you having Tamar Get Your Life, a more feisty version or whatever it is of the Tamar that we know. You said, okay, I'll do this version of this show. If the deal is made that I can do something more positive.
Yeah, and fun.
Was that agreement reached with WeTV?
Yes, it was. It's so funny because you said the Tamar that we know, but there's a Tamar that you don't know.
Absolutely. Oh, listen, there's a Tamron that we don't know.
You know, and I was tired of that Tamar that people thought that they knew.
So is that what led to the suicide attempt?
Absolutely.
So take me to what happened the day...
The day of. Well, I have to tell you this part to tell you about the day of. Okay. I had written a letter, and it was about not wanting to be a part of the circus anymore. I wanted to do positive television. I wanted to be more positive. I wanted to be more uplifting. I wanted to have fun, and I didn't want to work in a toxic environment and be around, you know, the toxic, negative vibe that reality television.
I have the letter. You wrote the letter from the hospital. It said in part, I feel like a slave to you. I feel like I can't breathe, and you're slowly killing me. Yeah. Did the people that you're referring to at the network, WeTV?
That was the second letter. The first one, I told them that if I continued like this, I want to die, I want to kill myself, I can't breathe. And I got a response as, you're being dramatic.
That's what you alleged. So we reached out to WeTV. They said Tamar Braxton, this is a part of their statement they put out at the time. Tamar Braxton has been an incredibly important member of the WeTV family, and our first concern is for her recovery and well-being. We are postponing the premiere of Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life. The series was conceived by Tamar and is a real portrait of a dynamic woman juggling the demands of being a single mother and a new relationship and a career. I guess what I'm trying to understand, and I think we've all had work disputes. I was fired very publicly. What was it about this relationship with the network that led you to want to take your own life or attempt to take your own life? Why did that end up with you
wanting to
hurt yourself?
Absolutely. I already felt dead. I felt choked.
Was that because of the show or other things, Tamar?
It was about feeling like I could never be myself and being misunderstood and having the stigma of the angry Black woman all the time. And that's not who I am. That's not what I wanted to portray.
So the weight of this reality version of you.
And it was the same thing. And it wasn't just about being an angry Black woman. It was about real issues coming up on the show. My family did an episode with Ayanna Vincent, and I was excited about it. But that excitement came to an end when she decided to tell everyone that I was domestically sexually abused from the ages of 6 to 16, and I'd never told anyone that.
I want to pause you on that because that is a big moment.
It's a big moment.
And it is a big allegation.
Well, it's not an allegation, it's a fact.
You felt that this portrayal of you was damaging you emotionally.
Continuously.
How did it lead to the night or the day that you attempted to take your own life?
Well, after I sent the letter, I got a call sheet to come to work anyway, as if I didn't tell anybody that I felt like I was going to kill myself. I wanted to die, continuing this path. And then after my attorneys and myself was like, you guys, this is serious. This is not going to work. I later got a breach letter the day before. And a breach letter means that you're now in breach and we are stopping your money and stopping you from working any other place.
Did they believe that this was a stunt, that somehow you didn't want to do the show and you wanted the check, but you didn't want to do the show?
Well, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
But is that what you said?
That would make me a thief. So, like, for me, I love television, and I wanted to do other positive television. I just didn't want to be that person anymore. It was killing me, literally, Tamron.
What was it doing to you?
I had no self-esteem. It was really hard to look at myself and know that this was the example that I was being, not only for me as a Black woman, but for me as a mother.
So you're saying the drama, the antics, the fighting, all of that.
This is not a regular cast. This is my family. And I love my family. And I didn't want to fight with my family. And I didn't want to be an example of a family who fights and argues and always have turmoil. And now we're at the point where it's assaults and threats. And this is not the show that I created. I created the Braxton Family of Value because I wanted to be an example, a part of the Black community with 5 Black amazing sisters with all different walks of life who can inspire and help, and people can learn from our experiences along the way. We wasn't teaching anything but being devilish, and I didn't want to do that.
Do you think that there was a pressure? I know you can't speak for other family members, but from your perspective, to perform, to keep upping the ante, to keep bringing the drama so that the show would continue and that the ratings would be there? Was there pressure?
Absolutely. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like a complete victim. I played a part in that, I know what it's like to keep up ratings and keep up, having the #1 show on the network and, having all of those bells and whistles. And that comes with a price. Sometimes, that comes with embarrassing your friends or embarrassing your siblings.
Did you sell your soul in some ways to keep the show on?
I don't think I sold my soul. I don't think at the time I knew exactly what I was doing. I think that for the show and for my family, we wanted to have a great show. And sometimes that is making a deal with the devil. That is doing things that you wouldn't normally do. And selling your family up a river.
Which brings me to this allegation that someone within your family told your deepest pain. What happened?
Well, we went for help.
Who is we?
Me and my family went for help. We went for counseling. And I wasn't helped, I was humiliated.
What were you seeking help for?
Because from the show, it did create a lot of division between me and my sisters. And it did create, something that was never there, which was we couldn't get along and we couldn't communicate. We stopped communicating. And we just simply wasn't a family anymore. And that help turned into a nightmare for me.
You went in for counseling to try to mend the family. And how did the abuse get introduced into this?
I don't know.
Had you told anyone in your family about it?
And it haunts me. Because to be betrayed, just so people can tune in and laugh at you and judge you and criticize you and make you feel less than when you already feel less than.
So you believe,
it's terrible.
You in your heart believe that someone in your family gave producers information about you being sexually abused so that people could watch the show. I know you understand this
I understand where you're coming from, but I know for sure I didn't tell her. You know, I know that we've never had a one-on-one conversation. And so when that came out, I was stunned. And my relationship with not just my family, but my job, the network, changed forever. Then at that moment was the first time I felt like I didn't want to live anymore. But then I got a call sheet to go to work the next day.